Breaking news, NFL fans. Hold on to your hats, because what we've just witnessed is going to change the landscape of the NFL for years to come. You are watching a historic moment unfold before your very eyes, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Today, we've got some shocking news straight from Jerry Jones, and the Dallas Cowboys. Alvin Kamara is coming to Dallas. That's right, the superstar running back has been traded from the New Orleans Saints to the Cowboys in a deal that has sent shockwaves throughout the NFL. Let's take a moment to appreciate just how impactful Alvin Kamara is as a player. Since entering the NFL in 2017, Kamara has been nothing short of a sensation. His combination of size, speed, agility, and vision makes him one of the most complete running backs the league has ever seen. Over the course of his career, Kamara has accumulated over 5,000 total yards and 60 touchdowns. But it's his ability to impact the game in multiple facets that truly sets him apart. He's not just a traditional running back, he's a dynamic weapon that can catch passes out of the backfield, line up in the slot, and be used in various packages. Kamara's versatility has made him one of the league's premier playmakers, and he's consistently ranked among the top running backs in the NFL. His vision and ability to change direction on a dime allow him to find creases in the defense where most backs wouldn't. Combine that with his elite ball handling skills and his ability to make defenders miss in the open field, and it's no surprise that Kamara is considered one of the best in the business. For the Dallas Cowboys, adding Kamara to the roster represents a significant strategic shift. They've been in need of a dynamic playmaker in the backfield for a few years now. While Ezekiel Elliott was once the face of their offense, his production has tapered off, especially after the Cowboys' 2018 season when he was among the NFL's best. The Cowboys have been looking for a running back who can both carry the ball effectively and make plays in the passing game, and Kamara is exactly that player. He's a dual threat, and in the modern NFL, that's what it takes to truly elevate an offense. Just imagine the chaos this creates for opposing defenses. Dak Prescott in the pocket, with multiple weapons on the outside like CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and then you have Kamara, who can line up as a traditional back or move out wide and be a mismatch for any linebacker or safety. Kamara brings an element to the offense that the Cowboys haven't had in years: explosiveness. Whether it's a screen pass that turns into a 50-yard touchdown or a crucial 3-and-2 conversion with a tough run up the middle, Kamara's ability to make something out of nothing is invaluable. But as much as this trade is about the Cowboys adding a star, it's also about the Saints' future. Losing Kamara is undoubtedly a massive blow to their offense, but it also signals that New Orleans might be preparing for a new chapter. After the retirement of Drew Brees, the team has been in flux, and Kamara's departure could signify the beginning of a rebuilding phase. Jameis Winston, now firmly in place as the starting quarterback, will have to find new ways to get the ball moving without his star back. Kamara was such a huge part of the offense that it's difficult to envision this team without him, but that's the reality now. The Saints will need to find a running back who can shoulder the load, and it's possible that they might turn to their draft picks in the coming seasons to rebuild their backfield. But the truth is, the loss of Kamara is more than just a loss of production, it's the loss of a foundational piece that kept this offense competitive for years. And what does this mean for the NFL landscape? The trade reverberates far beyond just the Cowboys and Saints. This trade puts the Cowboys squarely in the Super Bowl conversation. For years, the Cowboys have had the talent to compete but haven't quite been able to get over the hump. The addition of Kamara could change that. In the past, we've seen the Cowboys get close. Dak Prescott has been excellent, CeeDee Lamb has emerged as a number one receiver, and the defense has improved under coordinator Dan Quinn. But what they've been missing is a true difference maker in the backfield who can change the course of a game, and Kamara is that guy. This addition means that the Cowboys now have a more complete team than ever before. Defenses are going to have to pick their poison. They can't afford to stack the box against Kamara because of the threat of Prescott in the passing game, but they also can't leave Kamara in single coverage out of the backfield because of his ability to make plays in space. This new offensive balance will make the Cowboys one of the most feared teams in the NFC. Looking at the NFC East, This trade could have major ramifications on the division. The Eagles, Giants, and Commanders are all teams that have been building toward something, and with the Cowboys now bolstering their offense with Kamara, it's going to be harder than ever for those teams to compete. The Cowboys have the offensive firepower to overwhelm any defense in the division. The Eagles are coming off a Super Bowl victory, but they're going to have their hands full with the added pressure that Kamara brings to Dallas. The Giants have made strides with Daniel Jones and their young weapons, but Kamara could prove to be a bridge too far for them to overcome. The Commanders, while improving, are still trying to find their identity, and a team like the Cowboys with Kamara on board will be a tough hurdle to clear in the NFC East race. When you look at the trade package itself, the Cowboys have given up a first-round pick in 2025 and a second-round pick in 2026 for Kamara, along with a player to be named later. This is a significant investment, but it's one that the Cowboys felt was necessary to push their Super Bowl aspirations over the top. It's rare to see a talent like Kamara become available on the trade market, and Jerry Jones, who is always looking for that next big move to bring the Cowboys back to prominence, wasn't about to let this opportunity slip by. The question now is, did the Cowboys give up too much? The picks they've traded away will be valuable in a few years, but for a team in win-now mode, it's hard to argue that this trade wasn't worth it. If Kamara leads them to a Super Bowl victory, those picks will seem like a small price to pay. Fan reactions to this trade have been wildly polarized. Cowboys fans are celebrating, already dreaming about what the offense will look like with Kamara in the mix. There's a palpable sense of optimism in Dallas, as many fans believe this could be the missing ingredient to finally break the Cowboys' Super Bowl drought. Saints fans, on the other hand, are in mourning. Kamara was not just a great player for them, he was an icon, the face of their offense, and a fan favorite. Losing him leaves a hole in both the team and the hearts of New Orleans fans. They're left with questions about the future and wondering how the Saints will navigate the next few seasons. As for the rest of the NFL, this trade sends a strong message that teams are all in on pursuing championships now more than ever. The Cowboys' move is a clear indication that Jerry Jones and his front office are committed to doing whatever it takes to bring the team back to its former glory. Kamara's ability to elevate the Cowboys' offense will undoubtedly make them a team to watch in the coming seasons. For the Saints, the focus will now shift to the long-term future and how they can rebuild and retool their roster for success. This trade could mark the beginning of a new era in New Orleans, one that may not include the same level of success they've enjoyed in the past few years. At the end of the day, the NFL is all about competition, and this trade has certainly raised the stakes. The NFC just got a whole lot tougher, and the Cowboys are now one of the teams to beat. Whether this deal will result in a Super Bowl or fall short like others before it is yet to be seen, but there's no denying the game-changing nature of this trade. The next few seasons are sure to be thrilling, and the ripple effects of this move will be felt across the league for years to come. Fans will be watching closely as Kamara hits the field in a Cowboys uniform, eagerly awaiting what's next for both Dallas and New Orleans.